How's it going? I'm Ryan, and today I did not take any trades. This is 3 of the last 4 trading days I haven't taken a single position. Um, just kind of a lack of entry. We had a nice move today, but I didn't want to jump in. I didn't want to FOMO and jump into a trade without getting like a nice entry that I actually feel good about, and just didn't really get it. So even though we got a nice move today, I didn't really participate. But let's take a look at what happened and some of the levels that I was watching. So we have this red level, that's Friday's low of day. Green is Friday's high of day. We have the pre-market high and all-time high up there at that yellow level. And then we have this 21,607 and 21,494 or so. This level's from last week, and this level was from last Friday, and some after hours pre-market price action from over the weekend and this morning. So that's kind of what we were watching. We came up, we had some consolidation, made another move up, some sideways consolidation, and then today we broke down out of that kind of consolidation. So let's take a look at some other time frames, and I'll try to diagnose or see if there's like blatant things that I just missed that would have been a good entry, or if it truly was just not a situation that fit my trading style. And that's perfectly okay, as long as I follow kind of my rules and what I'm looking for. We can live with not taking a trade even if there was nice moves. So yeah, to start the day, we had some chop. We started with this candle here, pretty bearish. Then we get a bounce back, create a new high on the day. From there, we kind of slowly grind our way down to this level, still holding it, pretty low volume. And then we finally break below it, and we see a lot of volume come down or come in on this move down that sets a new low on the day. From there, we kind of get like a hangman, another move lower, a very short sort of bounce. I won't even call it a bounce. It's one green candle on the 5-minute, right down to new low a day. Blew through this level pretty quickly and through Friday's low a day as well, only to kind of bounce back and then hold that for the rest of the session. I suppose it did break down below it, but yeah, overall just pretty choppy in the morning. Big move down, move right back up, kind of sideways, downward sideways chop until we get that break. And looking at this, we're looking at all the time frames, 15, 5, and 2-minute. I don't really see any great entries. Maybe like a flag here on the 2-minute, or like here maybe on the 2-minute. These retested this 13 EMA on the 2-minute. The 13 EMA is this green line, and you see price wick off of it once and then twice here. Both rejections, really nice. Didn't even push above that level, just kind of touched it and immediately rejected. So that could have been an entry, but it happened pretty quick, and there wasn't necessarily like a signal for me to enter in terms of like price action, volume, etc. Maybe this right here, but you can see that volume really picks up as we come down and form this hammer, and we start to bounce and that volume drops off. I guess that could have been a good indication that that bounce is going to be short-lived. But you never really know. So, you could look for an entry here, stop. If you want to be super conservative, you could put a stop over this other little swing high. Yeah, not really what I would trade, but I'm just trying to look at this and see if there's, anything in hindsight that I like. And really there's not. The closest to it is like this right here for a long opportunity, because we'd been holding this level and forming kind of like these hammers on support. You see a lot of volume come in on this hammer right at Friday's low. And then we also kind of get that 3 candle swing low or pivot low pattern as well. I've talked about pivot lows and pivot highs. We get that there. We get the hammer with high volume. It's an area that we bounced before. Get a decent little bounce out of it. That's maybe, just based on volume and price action and support and resistance, that's something that I would consider maybe there. But yeah, like I said, nice move down. I just didn't really get into it, so this will be a short video today, as I don't really have any trade to go over. mostly just looking at the price action as we move from one level down to the next, and then kind of held that, and now we're breaking down in the after hours, etc. Second half of the day in the after hours. So we'll see. We'll see if this move is continued down. You know, we have kind of like a little bit of a base here. If we're looking at this 4-hour chart on NQ, potentially if we break below like today's low a day, we could see another drop. We don't have another support level for a while. And that's what happens when you get these aggressive moves to either the upside or the downside. You know, you don't have many levels in between them. So when they break, you can see price do some pretty drastic moves. A little bit frustrating because, like I said, today I had kind of a bias to the downside because we were kind of distributing sideways, bouncing on the support, and then we opened the day looking pretty weak with high volume on some selling candles and an inability to push higher. And then if we're looking at like the 4-hour, you can see like we're kind of wicking off in the pre-market, kind of setting a new high but rejecting pretty hard. 15-minute, same thing. We're seeing pretty weak candles in here. And then also I was looking at this big move up that we had on Friday. That doesn't leave a lot of support, below us. If that bottom does fall, it's going to fall out, and that's what we see. We see it fall pretty consistently until we get down here around an area where we would expect there to be support. And then we get some kind of chop and some sideways and some bounce. But I had these things in my head coming into it, right? I kind of had a downside bias in the morning. I kind of predicted that we would, sell off pretty good if we did break below these like little swing lows because there wasn't much standing in the way from that big run up last Friday. So yeah, I kind of had a feeling that this sort of thing could happen. It just, I didn't get an entry, and that's fine. But had this account for four trading days and only traded one day, so we're still positive. Account balance hasn't changed, but ideally I would like to take some trades and start growing this thing and try to get funded. So either way, I'm happy not to trade if I don't see a setup. If anything, it's just trying to build the discipline that will be necessary to be profitable and get payouts once I get this account funded. So just trying to stay the course, stay trading according to my plans and not waver from that. Even if there is a little bit of FOMO when we're dropping 100 points in 20 minutes. But that's all I got. Thank you for watching. I do trade live Monday through Friday. There might be a little bit of a disruption. I'm traveling and going to be back home for the holidays with my family this week and the following couple weeks. I'm going to still trade. I'm going to try to stream and do things, but I'm going to have to do it off a different computer. So we'll see if I can get it all set up. If not, I'll make some sort of consolation. But that's all I got. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching, and peace out.